Hello! Version 24.3 is already the third minor release of V24. Please note that now there will be no further bug fixes or service patches for the previous V24 minor releases. In this video, we're going to take a look at the new features introduced in version 24.3. And in case if you're looking for the complete list of changes, you can find it on the official documentation page for version 24.3. And now, on to the highlights. Let's get started. This chapter will give you an overview of the highlights of version 24.3. And while we will look in detail at some of the major new features later in the video, first, let's go for a quick run-through. One of the most exciting new features is that now you can perform archiving directly from the automation engine, either via the AWI or the REST API. Where the files are stored depends on your configuration. You will learn more about this in the next chapter. Another highlight involves working with arrays in scripts. With define, you can now dynamically set the array length using a variable instead of a fixed value. You can even change the size of the array afterward. This makes your scripts more flexible and easier to maintain. There are two new features in the Zero Downtime upgrade, or ZDU for short. First, ZDU is now also available for container-based AAKE environments. This means that from version 24.3 onwards, you can also update your AAKE environments using the Zero Downtime upgrade. And the second new feature in ZDU, during an ongoing upgrade, the AWI now displays an info banner with the message "System Upgrade is in progress." This way, all users are always kept up to date. You can now create info banners similar to the ones in the ZDU by yourself. For this, there is a new optional configuration VARA called UC Notification Banner. With it, you can, for example, display important status information or announce upcoming maintenance work. Additionally, there are two new parameters in the system-wide configuration UC System Settings. With Delete Expired Token, you can define when expired user tokens are automatically deleted. This option is going to be enabled by default from version 24.3 onwards. With the optional parameter User Session Timeout, you can set a session timeout for the AWI, which provides more control and additional security. The REST API has been expanded with a brand new User Groups attribute. You will learn more about this feature in the next chapter. There are also some new exciting updates for the agents. You can now optionally add a suitable Java runtime environment when downloading agent packs. This makes installation easier and faster. The AX agent is now Java-based and therefore also supports UTF-8, just like the Linux agent. The new REST agent now supports authentication via bearer tokens. It is now also possible to use the patch method, and my personal highlight: the ability to define an automatic retry based on the HTTP code or even the result. That was a brief overview of the version 24.3 highlights. In the next chapter, we will take a closer look at some of the most important new features. In this section, we are going to look in detail at two of the new major features in version 24.3, that is, direct archiving in the automation engine and enhancements to the REST API. First, archiving. So far, you have been carrying out archiving with the corresponding utility, either automatically in batch mode, controlled via an atomic job, or manually, if necessary, using the graphical utility. Starting from version 24.3, you can perform archiving directly in the automation engine, either via the UI or the REST API. Now there are two simple steps to the archiving process. The first step is that you start the archiving. Once the process is complete, you can download the archive either from the AWI client history or via the dedicated REST endpoint. You can configure the storage location in ucsrv.ini, and then the files will be stored directly on the AE server. In container-based AAKE environments, everything is stored in a dedicated PVC. If you want to control the archiving process using REST or AWI, make sure that the user initiating the process has the database maintenance privilege. Of course, the well-known utilities remain available. So, it's rather an additional feature and not really a change. And now let's move on to the REST API. Not only has it been expanded in order to include the new option of archiving, but it has also been given a new user groups attribute. So with its help, now you can add users to groups or remove them from groups, all done directly via the API, which is particularly useful for larger environments. These were two of the most significant improvements brought to us with version 24.3. In case you'd like to know more details about the features we've talked about, take a look into the documentation. And if you want to try them all out for yourself, be sure to order a suitable admin lab. I hope this video has given you a good overview of the new features in version 24.3. Have good luck trying them out.